Today I get to tell you about the brain. Specifically about the temporal lobe and the parietal lobe. So first of all, I'm going to tell you about the temporal lobe. It helps you with auditory perception, processing visual information, understanding speech, retrieving visual and verbal memories. And it's located below the lateral fissure, lower side of each hemisphere. Made up of the following noteworthy structures with the following functions and associated disorders. Superior temporal gyrus contains primary auditory cortex. What else does it do? Auditory processing, language, social cognition, adjacent areas, especially left temporal lobe, are specialized in speech, comprehension, naming, verbal memory, synaptics in speech and vision, other language functions. Primary auditory cortex receives input from ear. So your ear receives input from your temporal lobe. Auditory perception, sound awareness, recognizing pitch, volume, multiple sounds, music, harmony, timing, identifying location of sound in space. Hippocampus and medial temporal lobes, transferring short to long-term memory, pathology, amnesia, Alzheimer's, memory loss, aging. Ventral stream. Need to move the camera. Ventral stream. Fusiform gyrus and parahippocampal gyrus, recognizing faces and bodies. So, recognizing other people and their bodies, and recognizing places that you've been before. Involved in perceptions of emotions in face, so like body language. Processing color information, so for example, my hair is red and purple. I don't know if you can see that in this, but it is. And word recognition, understanding what a word is. Pathology, prosopagnosia, face blindness, underfunctioning in autistics, hallucinations of faces in variety of disorders, or increased stimulation drugs. So the temporal lobe is what makes us be able to understand what our body language is doing, and and colors and stuff like that. Pretty cool, eh? And then the parietal lobe is the summary of it integrates sensory information to form cognition, touch, sensation, visual perception, orientation, and navigation, math, reading, writing, understanding symbols, language processing, and speech. Its location is in the middle section of the brain, inside here, above occipital lobe, behind frontal lobe. So your frontal lobe is here, in front, behind all your bones. And then, so your parietal lobe will be behind that, and then underneath your parietal lobe will be your occipital lobe. So just think about it that way, if that made any sense. What else does it do? This lobe is divided into two hemispheres, left, and rate. Left hemisphere, symbols in language and math, reading and writing. So it helps us understand symbols in a language and math. Like, for example, what's 2 plus 2? It's 4. Reading. So reading stuff like this. And helps us do writing. I don't have right hemisphere, this side of the brain, helps us with our imagination. So it helps us make fun stuff in our brains and make art and make music, how we see the world and in our own little glasses. Visualization of spatial relationships. Right hemisphere also helps with that, by the way. Made up of the following noteworthy structures with the following functions and associated disorders. Somatosensory cortex, postcentral gyrus. Big words. There's a lot of big words when it comes to brain. Big words. I don't like big words. Receptive area for somatosensory system. Sense of touch. Recognizes body, position, temperature, pain, touch. So, say if you put your hand on something really hot, like stove, it'll like tell your brain, hey, that's hot, don't do that. And yeah, lesions or nerve damage in an area can cause persistent numbness. Problems recognizing stimulus, etc. Phantom limb sensations. Dorsal stream of visual system extends to the occipital lobe. Involved in spatial awareness, visual spatial processing, guidance of movement, hand-eye coordination, body image, positioning, perceiving motion, understanding maps, etc. Lesions or nerve damage in an area can cause problems with these functions, including movement disorders, brain omitting or not recognizing visual data, problems seeing objects in sets or in context. Tree in forest is an example of that. So that's the perceptual lobe and the temporal lobe. I hope you guys learned a lot. Yeah. Brain.